Hello, hello. I kind of feel like Hitler doesn't get discussed enough these days, so I thought I'd do a video on Hitler. Mainly my kind of theory on when he allegedly died. I don't think he died at all when it was like, when it was said that he died. Apparently, I think his missus took pills and then he shot himself. Like, that was the story that was, given out. But there was never a body, right? Where did the body go? There's no recorded grave. There's no information out there about where the body was taken. I don't believe there is. Um, you know, it's the same with Bin Laden. Allegedly he was killed by the Americans. They found he was living in a compound in Pakistan, but they say, where did the body go? If they killed him when they said they did. Like, oh, we threw him in the sea was the story. Well, why would you throw him in the sea? Why would you not take the body back to the US or somewhere where it can be proved, shown, look, he's dead, If he really died when you say he did, where's the body, Show me the body, That's the way you prove that somebody's dead. I'm literally going to use an ancient example. Like, in the 14th century, there was the Battle of Bosworth, where at the time, King Richard III was killed by the pretender to the throne, Henry Tudor, who became King Henry VII shortly after defeating Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth. And after he was killed, he took the body, had the body thrown over a horse and taken into the city. I forget which city. I think it was Leicester, but don't quote me on that. And had the body publicly displayed. So he knew that the way he was going to prove to people that Richard was really dead when he said he died was to publicly display the body. I'm not saying obviously publicly display the body of Hitler or publicly display the body of Osama bin Laden, because that wouldn't be right. That's indecent. But at least, show that there is a body, That's how you prove that somebody's really dead, And Henry Tudor in the 14th century knew to do that. So why didn't the Americans know to do that? And, the Germans or whoever knew to do that, to prove that Hitler was really dead, I mean, a big part of me believes that he escaped and, he lived out his days somewhere abroad, There's lots of theories out there of where he escaped to, but, if he really died when they said he died, where's the body? There was never, ever a body. So, yeah. Simple physics. Bye.